Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Now today I am making a video for you guys that I was really looking forward to make. I am making a video about this guy right here, Juraj Slafkovsky. Juraj Slafkovsky is from Slovakia. I am from Slovakia. Juraj Slafkovsky is from the city of Košice. I am from the city of Košice, and we have even played floorball against each other. So I know him pretty well. And I really want to make a video for you guys, Canadian fans, American fans, and dive deeper into his life, into what he has been saying recently in the Slovak media. Right now he's in Slovakia. He has been, of course, giving a lot of interviews, and he has been having some big oral examination, final tests of the high school, college, something that could be compared to SATs or ACTs in the United States. So yeah guys, just the overall story of Juraj Slafkovsky so far, so that you get to know him a little bit better. So let's start right from the beginning. Juraj Slafkovsky was born in 2004 in the city of Košice, the same city I was born in. It's a city of approximately 250,000 inhabitants in the eastern part of Slovakia, relatively near to Ukraine border. So relatively near to Ukraine, and it's really nice city. A lot of historical buildings, a lot of nice architecture. Actually, Košice was the European capital of culture in 2013, and the BBC wrote an article about Košice as the Europe's unknown capital of culture. So if you ever come to Slovakia by any chance, you should definitely visit Košice, the hometown of Juraj Slafkovsky. And in his youth years, he was playing for the local team HC Košice, which is the hockey team of Košice. But at a relatively young age, Slafkovsky decided with his parents to go to first Austria and then to Czech Republic when he was only, I do believe, 14 years old. And then when he was 15, he went to Finland to play for TPS Turku, a pretty good team in Finland. And he spent there 3 seasons before being picked up as the first overall pick in 2022 draft. But before that, I want to talk about Juraj Slafkovsky and the connection I have with him. I wouldn't say that I know him personally, but we have played against each other floorball. If you don't know what is floorball, it's a pretty popular sport here in Slovakia. I played floorball for like 8 or 9 years, and here in Košice, in the small town of Košice, obviously even the hockey players, they sometimes enjoy go and play in the floorball tournaments. And Juraj Slafkovsky did the same. It was actually a big derby, Košice derby, the 2 biggest Košice floorball clubs. I was playing for ATU Košice, and Juraj Slafkovsky was playing for Florko Košice. And I actually have a very cool picture, guys. Right now I am showing it to you. And there in the black jersey with number 21 is my brother, Martin. He's just 1 year younger than me. And with number 97 in the orange and white stripes jersey is none other than Juraj Slafkovsky himself. Yeah, you probably wouldn't recognize him at the first glance, but yeah, that's Juraj Slafkovsky. And actually we won that game. And we won the championships, the national championships. On that day it was very emotional because one of our teammates has lost his life during that season, so it was also a title for him. And yeah, very emotional win, but we played against Juraj Slafkovsky there. So yeah, and I know a lot of his very close friends. I have talked to them, and I have even written articles about Juraj Slafkovsky for the Slovak media. I have spoken to many of his close friends, and basically everybody's saying, guys, another point I want to make here, everybody's saying that he's just a good guy. He makes a lot of fun, he has a great attitude, and yeah, he's just a good guy. Obviously he can get fired up in the heat of the battle, but he's a good guy, and a big guy as well. Like since he was very young, he was always bigger than his counterparts than his peers. He was really big body, so it was tough to play against him in the physical battles, in the corners. And he was picked first overall in the draft 2022, but before that he played in the Olympics, and it was historic Olympic Games in 2022 for our small country Slovakia. I don't know if you knew that, but Slovakia has only 5 million or 5.5 million inhabitants, and we won bronze medal in Beijing 2022, and obviously Juraj Slafkovsky played a huge part in our team. He scored 7 goals in Beijing. He was the top goal scorer of the tournament, and he was the MVP of the tournament as well at age only 18 years old. I do believe he was 18 at that time, maybe 17, but I think he was 18 already. And then he played also in the World Championships, hockey championships, obviously men championships, and he played very well there. He was Slovak national hero at that time, very popular in the media, Slovak media, and then when he was drafted first overall by Montreal, by the historic club, it was just a pure craziness in Slovakia. Really, it was a very big day. We had our first overall pick for the very first time in our history, and then right after Slafkovsky, Szymon Nemec was drafted second overall to New Jersey Devils, the defender from Nitra, from the Slovak League. So it was another very big surprise. We had the number first and number second overall pick. It was just absolutely craziness in Slovakia, and hockey mania really started. Actually, Slafkovsky, when he was playing in Finland, he was on the front page of the Slovak Forbes magazine. Really a lot of buzz going around Juraj Slafkovsky. And actually, just a couple of days ago, this week, Juraj Slafkovsky had his final exam in the high school or college, or however you want to call it, in the city of Košice. He went, and for the final oral examination, he said he was very nervous. He was very nervous about his mother always during the whole season reminding him to study for this final exam. But you know what? He went through. I don't know which grades exactly he got, but I think he did pretty well. If you are wondering from which subjects he was graduating, he had Slovak language, obviously, English language, and then he had geography and history. And actually he said that about English language examination he wasn't very stressed, but about history he was pretty stressed about history. But what's very interesting, he picked up the question number 20, and obviously he wears 20 on the jersey, so there was some symbolic there, he said in the interview just a couple of days ago. And he had to speak about Napoleon, for example, and also about some historical period in the Slovak history. So this was his questions about from history. But yeah, he said he was very nervous about it, but he's very glad that finally he can right now fully concentrate on hockey, and his final exam is over. For now, the school for him is over, and he can right now really concentrate only on hockey. So he said he was very happy about that. And yeah, so this was also in Slovak media, very much covered in detail, his final examination. Obviously, I am showing you guys pictures from that as well that were shared across the Slovak media. I don't think they made it to the Canadian media, but yeah. Juraj Slafkovsky also during the Hockey Ice World Championship or Ice Hockey World Championships that were played this year in Latvia and Finland. This is basically, guys, the biggest TV event of the year for Slovak media. The most amount of people watch in the Slovakia throughout the whole year exactly the Hockey World Championships. It's very important for us Slovaks. Unfortunately, this year we didn't make it to the quarterfinals, but Juraj Slafkovsky, he didn't play in the tournament, but during the tournament there are a lot of talk shows, a lot of shows about hockey, and obviously he was one of the main protagonists in many of them, and he has made many interviews for the Slovak media. And if you want to know what he has been saying all of the good things that basically he has said that it has been the toughest period in his life so far, this injury that happened to him, and yeah, that he hopes that it is basically not bothering him anymore, and that he hopes that he can get back to 100%, and that he really hasn't achieved a lot so far in the NHL, and that his goal is to really prove himself in the next season and to really make a statement for himself. And yeah, that he's basically getting 100%, and that it has been very tough for him, this injury. But when you look at the draft, guys, 2022, there were some questions if Shane Wright shouldn't have been the number one. Again, I'm probably, not probably, I am surely biased, guys, in this regard, because I'm from Slovakia. But when you look at the draft 2022 and you sum up all of the points scored in the NHL by all of the other players that were picked in this draft, apart from Juraj Slafkovsky, you would get 2 points in total. And both of these points were gathered by Shane Wright. He played 8 games for Seattle. He got 1 goal, 1 assist. No other player from the draft 2022 played they played in the NHL. David Jiricek played 4 games. Marco Kasper for Detroit Red Wings played 1 game, but none of them other got any single point. So Juraj Slafkovsky played 39 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Obviously, rough start for Slafkovsky, but as the time went on, he was getting better and better. And yeah, he got 10 points. All of the other players in the draft, there were actually 225 drafted players. 224 other players than Juraj Slafkovsky. If you sum all of their totals, they registered only 2 points. Both of them were registered by Shane Wright. So this shows you at least that in this past season, really, Juraj Slafkovsky made his name, and that he was probably deservedly so the number 1 pick in this draft. Only for this season, guys. I'm not saying overall, because we never know what happens next season, what happens 10 years from now. We can evaluate this draft again only, let's say, after 15 years. When these players will have their careers pretty much over, or they will be closing out on their careers, then we can come back and really realistically re-evaluate this draft if Juraj Slafkovsky was worthy of the spot number 1. But right now, only after the season 2022-2023, we can probably say that Juraj Slafkovsky deserved to be the number 1, based on at least the amount of points he gathered compared to all of the other players from the draft class 2022. So that's that. And yeah, actually, Slafkovsky, also the point I want to make, he has been away from home since a very, very young age. And he has been living alone in the apartment in Finland when he was 17 years old or so, and he has been living in family in Canada, in Montreal, this past season. But he has said for the Slovak media that right now he won't be living in the next season. He won't be living in a family, but he will go back to apartment. So this will be a change for Juraj Slafkovsky next season, and yeah, that he's confident, and that he's hoping that he will be healthy next season. That's the first and foremost important thing for Juraj Slafkovsky, that he will stay healthy, and yeah, that he's hoping he can play well. Finally, he has his final exam in the school. Final oral examination is behind him, so he can fully concentrate on hockey. And yeah, we in Slovakia, we are hoping that it will be a great season, a great career for Juraj Slafkovsky. And I think Montreal Canadian fans are hoping for the same. So in this video, guys, I just really wanted to get you to know a little bit better Juraj Slafkovsky and how what he has been saying in the Slovak media recently, tell you about his final examination from history, geography, Slovak language and the English language, and tell you in general what he has been saying for Slovak media in the past couple of days. So yeah, guys, Juraj Slafkovsky should be 100% ready for the season 2023-2024. Hopefully it will be a good one. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all of your support. I really truly appreciate it. We have reached 100 subscribers, so I really want to thank you for that, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about Juraj Slafkovsky, leave them in the chat. I will try to answer them. And yeah, see you soon, guys. See you in the future videos, and have a good one. Bye, guys.